I view Bitcoin as the king of assets. It's the greatest asset that has ever been created.
How do you make sure that you stay with the idea of recognizing value over a long period of time versus get enticed into the day trading mania that has taken place in many financial markets?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's really well documented that day trading just generally doesn't work as a strategy over time. I think, and I might be misquoting this, but I remember Fidelity putting out a study a few years ago that said that the day trading accounts that were opened on their system, in their brokerage firm, within a year, I think 90% of those went to zero or near zero. So they basically lost all their value. Trick with day trading is you have to be right more than half the time, and then you have to be right. Your winners have to make more than your losers lose, and then on top of that, you have to factor in trading fees. So that's a lot of things working against you, and most people can't do that successfully. A few can, by the way, but what I tell people is to quit, especially when in regards to Bitcoin and other great assets. I view Bitcoin as the king of assets. It's the greatest asset that has ever been created. Instead of trying to time tops and bottoms, which is basically a fool's errand, and even the best professionals can't do that over and over again. They may get lucky a time or two, but in general, you can't do that. Learn to recognize value. Learn to recognize when something is expensive and when something is cheap. Right now, based on all of the metrics that I use, based on on-chain analytics, based on kind of Metcalfe's law, adoption cycles, those sort of things, Bitcoin is super cheap right now. Could it get cheaper? Sure. Could we go lower? Sure. If the recession worsens, which I fully expect, could Bitcoin drop in price down to 15,000, down to 10,000, below 10,000? Sure. I don't care. But what I do know right now is that Bitcoin is really cheap. And so learn to recognize value, like the most famous investors in the world, like the Warren Buffetts, those kind of people. When they see value, they jump on it. And so I would recommend to people to quit trying to time the bottom and just start buying at these prices. This is literally what dollar cost averaging was made for this kind of volatility, for this kind of like bottom dwelling price action. If you can just set it and forget it at a certain dollar amount every day or every week or every month, I can almost guarantee you that within 2 or 3 or 5 years, you will be so very happy that you did that today, that you were buying when everybody else was selling. That's the way to grow wealthy over the long run. So I hope people are taking advantage of these prices right now in Bitcoin.